The Percy Jackson Series by Issac Hurtado Rivera, English Language Arts, 8th grade. Who, what, and why? Percy Jackson is an ordinary boy, or so he thought until he was 12 years old, and learned that he really was a demigod, a half-god and half-mortal. The Percy Jackson series is a wonderful book for people that like detailed and action books. The series is realistic fiction and strengthens people's imagination. The series has a lot of interesting facts and myths about Greek mythology. Who is Rick Riordan? Rick Riordan is the author for the Percy Jackson series. He was born in San Antonio, Texas in 1964. He was a teacher for about 15 years but then quit being a teacher and started writing full-time. He said that the Percy Jackson series started with just telling his son bedtime stories about the Greek heroes that he knew, but then he told all of them and had to make a new character, and the Percy Jackson series was born. What is Percy Jackson series about? The Percy Jackson series is a story that is about a 12-year-old boy that finds out he's a demigod, which means he is very powerful and possibly dangerous. Luckily, Percy is not evil or bad. He is a good kid that is just trying to save the world. He is the son of Poseidon and has a mortal mother named Sally Jackson. She lives in an apartment. During the summers, Percy goes to a camp and stays there, and he is safe most of the time. But during the school year, he needs to go to school and try to stay alive from Lastgonian giants, minotaurs, and flying harpies. What do other people think? A helpful review that an anonymous person gave on the site www.commonsensemedia.org said, "None of it's graphic and most is pretended in a comical fashion. Highly recommended." I couldn't explain it better myself. Percy always has something interesting to say, and it does add a bit of humor to it all. Why should I read this series? The Percy Jackson series is fiction, but uses ancient Greek mythology in today's setting. The Percy Jackson series is the most intriguing book series that you will read, and it has so many cliffhangers that you will not want to stop reading it. The Percy Jackson series has everything a great series should have, like laughs, action, romance, and twists. Also, according to a recent study, the Percy Jackson series actually expands vocabulary, helps focus, and has true facts and teaches kids about Greek gods and the Greek times. The cons. Sadly, there are some cons to reading the Percy Jackson series. Not all of the interesting things that happen in the series are 100% true. Most of the things in the books are true, like the Greek gods and monsters that the Greeks believed in. The only other con is that the author is a little childish in his writing, and most readers like it when they are able to stay tuned in throughout the whole story. But people need to remember that the whole story is from Percy's point of view, so everything he thinks, hears, or sees is what needs to be included in the writing. A new beginning. So in conclusion, the Percy Jackson series is a great series and is an interesting book for new readers or beginners in the reading chapter books. The Percy Jackson series has a lot of true statements and some false, but nonetheless, it is still a great series and is true with most of the series. If anyone has a book by Rick Riordan, they should read it, because most of his books is centered to Greek mythology and are very detail-oriented. So, I challenge anyone that is reading, hearing, or seeing this to read the series and think about it, ponder, and continue the series. And this is my works cited page. Thank you and have a nice day.